member of UNESCO and has influenced the vision and objectives of UNESCO, especially through the legacy of Mahatma Gandhi. So it's really a deep link between India and UNESCO. And of course, India is very active both in Paris, where the headquarters of this UN organization is, Organization for Culture, for Science, for Information and for Education. And also we work very well with our office, UNESCO office here in Delhi. So we have, I'd say, a very good partnership, both based on history, but also we are integrating this cooperation for the new challenges. Because we believe at UNESCO that really the question of quality education for all is the issue of the century. And you know that the international community has set up an agenda, an ambitious one, by 2030. And all our studies at UNESCO show that we are very late in order to complete the objectives that we have set up for ourselves, for the international community. And especially because all around the world education is not inclusive enough. This is why I was happy to discuss some of the initiatives taken by India for inclusivity in education. We talked about girls' education, and I had the pleasure when I was in Jaipur yesterday also to visit a school for a secondary school for girls' education. So the initiative for girls' education, the initiatives against gender violence based in schools are things that we need to, I'd say, increase and share with the world. The question of the futures of education, how do we imagine what education should be in the 21st century? When you ask the people everywhere, be it in India, in France, in Africa, what is most important? Education, because this is what will define the future of the children. So how should we rethink education for the future in terms of curricula, in terms of what we need to do and what we are trying to do and support is to see how we can increase the access, especially for instance in rural areas, to education. And this is how we use the new technologies, how they can transform both the pedagogy and the access. And this is what we've been also discussing. As you know, the objectives of UNESCO, which has a broad mandate, are on culture, education, science, information, and we have a very ambitious agenda for that. And without the participation of a country the size and importance of India, the global community will never reach them. So we're working very hard with the country in order to, for instance, as we've done during my visit here, my short but very intense visit, work on the cultural heritage, how to promote it, how to preserve it, how to work on the fantastic, incredible, untangible heritage of India in order to promote sustainable development, education, which is the challenge of the century, which is what is most important when we ask families what is important for them. It's education, and we are now at a crucial moment where we need to increase both the quality and the access for education if we want to be at the level of the objectives that we set forth. So we are really having an ambitious agenda with which we cooperate very well with India, both at a central level with the state and also with some of the different states of India. Girls' education is, for me, the most important potential for peace in the world, to be clear. We're very much behind at global level on girls' education in terms of access and also length of education, because girls leave school much earlier than they should. So if I had one message, these girls have to be in school, they have to stay at school, and we have to make everything necessary.